Hey, hello everyone, Bruno here, and today we are going to see how we can use some very popular Python libraries like the diffuser or the transformers from HuggingFace directly in C# thanks to, once again, our friends Anthony, C-Snakes, and now TransformerSharp. I added some stuff here and there to make it a little more fun. You will have something to share with your friends and family, so remember, subscribe, like, and more, but hey, you know me, let's go to the code. So, a couple of months ago, I recorded a video where I explained how I use C-Snakes to use Markdown in my project. Markdown is a super popular library in Python, and hey, because we don't have it in .NET, C-Snake is an amazing way to use it. Go to the video and take a look there what we have. Right now, thanks once again to Anthony, we get to the point that, hey, we have a lot of AI models that we can use, in example, locally in HuggingFace. But sometimes, if they are not in format like Onyx, it's kind of hard to use them in .NET. So one of the ideas that Anthony had is to create this library, TransformerSharp, which is basically a wrapper on top of popular libraries from HuggingFace, like the Transformers library, and then we start to use this model. This is fine and this is super cool, and it's super easy to use. So I fork his main project, the TransformerSharp, and I added some tests. So let's take a look at the code that we have here. One of the things that I really like about TransformerSharp is that it's focused, like the library, on pipelines. And we have different pipelines here: text generation pipeline, text classification, image classification, objects, and more. And the whole idea is that, hey, if we take this sample code that we have here, pipelines in Python and more, the code that we have with the tokenizer is going to be something like this. And hey, the code that we are going to have in C# is going to be a very simple one. So let's take a look, an example, to the text generation pipeline, and let's take a look at how we are going to do this with literally 5 lines of code in C#. Let's take a look if this is working or not. What I create here is based on the original project. I create a set of basically samples to test this. So let's minimize this, and we have here the pipeline. I'm going to use QWen. QWen, it's super popular, work great, couple of console writes to see what we have. And here we need to pass a list of, basically a dictionary with the roles and the content that we want to do. And we are going to basically ask for, tell me a story about the break night. So let's run this. There it is. It takes some time because even right now, when I have everything, it takes some time the first time to basically download the package and more. If you take a look here, we can see that in my profile, app data, local TransformerSharp, we have a Python virtual environment where we are going to have libraries, models, and more. And this is interesting because we are going to reuse that VM, that virtual environment, once again to do this. But hey, we have a story about the Brave Night with the QWen model, and it's working. If we want to use this, what I also like about this approach is that, hey, using a very similar approach, we have also the capability to use this with Microsoft.Extensions.AI. And this is a very simple set of, 10 lines of code where we are going to create a chat client, Microsoft.Extensions.AI chat client, and then ask the same. Well, let's talk about a story about kittens. Yes, and let's run this one. This is the number 2. So let's go here, demo 2. Once again, it's going to take some time, so let's wait until it finishes. Hey, we have here, kittens are a family or whatever, kind of working, kind of nice. So far, so good. We have text completion, we have chat, we have more, and this is kind of amazing because out of the box in the TransformerSharp, you also have pipelines for doing image classification of the detection, text to audio, automatic recognitions, and more. But if you know me, you know that I wanted to do more. So I went and I started to see how we can generate images using this approach. And there are a couple of models in HuggingFace which are very good. So I am going to focus on 2. Kandinsky 2.2, this is an amazing one, super fast by the way, and also Flux, which is a super popular one. But Flux 1 is interesting because in order to access this model, you need to have your token, you need to be authorized, you need to be granted, you need to be logging into HuggingFace. So let's take a look how this works. I already added this in my personal repository. If you want to see the embeddings for this, the pipelines for this, you need to take a look at the ones that I add in my, I am probably going to make a very big PR to Anthony, but not today. Let's take a look at the main difference here. So what we have in the implementation is internally here in the Transformers wrapper, there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of code basically to support this. But somewhere here at the bottom, we have the image classification, image box detections, text to audio, and we have text to image. And text to image work different because each one of these models usually use different libraries. So right now I implemented 2, but also depending on if you are having CPU or GPU capabilities, you are probably going to need to install different libraries. Welcome to the amazing and now happy world of CUDA and more. But this one basically defines which one you want to do, which one you want to use, Kandinsky, or somewhere here should be the other one. I can't remember. Okay, I'm not going to go to the bottom. There's a lot of code, but this is the Python code. And in the pipeline, the text-to-image pipeline also supports this. So the way that we use this, if you want to avoid that, and I am probably going to publish this as a NuGet package soon, you can take a look at the demo 3, which is basically use Kandinsky, and the lines of code are very, very simple. Here we have created the model, we are going to use Kandinsky, and then we are going to basically define that we want to use the CUDA. Right now it's not working. Remember, CUDA and GPUs are a challenge for me, and I want to generate an image, a pixelated image of a beaver in Canada, do 30 inference steps. We have a scale, we have the size, and this basically the last 10 lines are basically to save this on my desktop. Right now my folder is empty. So let's run this one and wait because this is taking some time here. So let's open once again the terminal. There it is. And let's run the number 3. Take some time, it's a little longer, literally a couple of 30, 40 seconds here. But we have the image. There it is. A nice beaver in Canada, pixelated beaver. Let's generate another one. And in the meantime, I will try to fix let's generate a squirrel. I will try to fix the GPU and CPU scenario, but I'm not really going to do a video with that. Once it's finished, I'm going to publish a blog post about that. But just right now, take a look, think about that. Hey, if you want to use this, it's working in CPU only, but it's working nice, it's working fine. You don't need to do anything, 10 lines of code, and that's it. And the important part is that if you plan to use the other model, which by the way, I have some documentation here on the docs, pipelines, text to image. If you plan to use Flux One Dev, I generated an image, again, only with CPU of 1024 the size, and it took literally 40 to 50 minutes. So you need to be aware of that. Take a look at this or wait until we figure out the GPU scenario. This is working. Let's wait until it's finished. The generation is done. So if we go here, there it is. We have the squirrel. Oh my God, this one is scary. So we have here a squirrel. Hey, couple of lines of code, and we are also generating images. And that's it, super fast. I hope you like it. I am working on the GPU support. It's going to come soon. Everything else that you need to know is on the video resources here and there. And it's super interesting to have all of these libraries available for C#. There are a lot of scenarios where you can do this. I published how you can use MCP servers and HuggingFace to do this and that. But working locally, it's a good way to do this. So if you want to know more, please follow, subscribe. I'm going to keep doing these kind of things. And if you want to see a specific scenario, please let me know and I will try to do it. And by the way, someone mentioned that one of my previous videos has the last couple of minutes without audio. Not sure what's happened there. I'm going to try to fix that. Sorry about that. Probably delete and upload the video again. And hey, thank you very much. See you next one. Goodbye.